Why United Kingdom is building a high-speed rail system, which is considered as the most expensive railway network in the world, with an estimated investment of about $100 billion, which is poised to go up in the coming years. This is one of the ambitious infrastructure projects ever undertaken by Britain to transform the country. This will connect London with the middle region and ultimately connect Scotland in the north in the future. When all three phases of the project are completed, HS2 connects some of the important cities in the Britain such as Manchester, Birmingham, Leeds with London. This high-speed rail grid will transform how Britain will travel in coming decades and will spark a flurry of economic activity around it. This ultra-modern rail system will involve major infrastructure development that includes long-distance tunnels, bridges, transportation corridors, excavation. Literally, Midland Britain is under major construction and infrastructure transformation like never before. Similar to Japan, which used the Shinkansen high-speed bullet trains to transform Japan transportation, Britain will be building this to bring people and business closer. Britain's proposition is that HS2 can benefit the country in three important areas: economic growth, transportation, and reducing carbon emission. Most of the major economic activity in Britain is around London. GDP of London alone is around 600 billion US dollar, which is close to 20% of the Britain. UK need to distribute this economic activity with the rest of the country and to integrate major cities as integrated economic corridor. That is what Japan did decades ago and China is doing in Beijing area, which has provided positive result for both the countries. Integration and decentralization of economic is the key for development of larger region. This integrated economic zone will significantly enhance economic growth of the region and lead to the distribution of GDP across the country. For instance, workforce need not have to move from Tier 2 cities to London and settle there for work, as the commute time will drop by 60 to 80% if high-speed bullet trains are there. This is not only for workforce movement benefits, this has another important positive effect. Now companies need not have to find space in London Central Business District. Instead, companies and industries can be distributed across the region such as Manchester, Birmingham or even Tier 3 cities in between. Time to travel from Manchester to London will be less than 2 hours. It is like traveling between two localities of a mega city. Transportation of soft goods and tech items will benefit as well, which will help in export growth of Britain in long run, developing and sustaining micro, small and medium scale industry. As per the government, this project will provide a massive economic boost for the North and the Midlands by increasing productivity and creating new business opportunities. And the new line will free up thousands of extra seats and additional services on the local trains. This mega project will also provide direct and indirect employment to thousands of people. Over 20,000 people are working in this project now and it is poised to go up as the project gains further momentum. The latest release in employment figures show that the critical role that HS2 is playing in UK's economic recovery. As in the words of Mark Tuston, Chief Executive of HS2 Limited said, HS2 is moving forward, creating jobs, enhancing skills, benefiting UK businesses and building a low-carbon, high-capacity railways that will change the way we travel in Britain. That sums up what the project is all about. However, the project is not without opponents. Opponents of high-speed rail argue that it is primarily an unnecessary project that can't be justified given the huge cost involved. And does a small country like UK need a high-speed line? Instead, other transportation avenues can be explored. Critics also argue that there are much more pressing priorities such as small-scale roads and rail projects which helps to deal with the smaller bottlenecks. Also, there is environment concern as well. This opposition to the project has rather slowed down the project and ultimately economic growth of the country. When government in Britain changes, there is a dilemma to take up the project with full force. All these projects will not win elections, but a country's development not always rests on the election outcome, and there need to be a momentum for these high investment transformation projects. Else there will be a cost overrun and ultimately failure of the project. Britain infrastructure is not catching up with the time for a long time and Britain's enormous economic potential is not fully realized. There is no environment conservation without technology adoption in this high-tech world. H2 rail system can free up many fossil fuel travel between the cities and the rail system itself is based on zero emission. Therefore, this can positively impact the country's carbon neutral goal in long run. United Kingdom needs infrastructure transformation for economic growth, else the country will reel under stagnation for the next coming decades. HS2 is the only way forward. Thank you.